calories in, calories out. So let's talk about calories. So why do we talk about calories? Well, calories are the measure of energy measure of energy, right? Energy used from your body, and that's the energy that you get from food. So simply put, right, if there is an excess of energy, so if you get more energy in than the one that you spend, then your body will store this energy as body fat. Okay, and that's why you will gain fat. You will gain fat if you eat or if you introduce too much energy compared to the energy that you spend. So a combination of overeating or overeating calories and a sedentary lifestyle will lead to gain to weight gain. All right, so calories in and calories out. So let's have a look nutrition rules for body composition. So what is body composition? Well, we say body composition basically the ratio of muscles and body fat. So if you want to improve your body composition, that means you're basically losing body fat and increasing muscle mass, and that will make you look better naked. So let's have a look how this works. All right, so the balance between calories in and calories out will lead either to weight loss or to weight gain, or if they balance out, it will lead to maintenance. So you will either lose weight, gain weight, or maintain your weight. Let's have a look at how it works. So if the balance between calories in and the calories out, so calories in again is the amount of calories that you introduce into your body, and this could be between food and drinks as well, right? And calories out is the calories that you use during the day, and this can be even just breathing and your heart pumping will burn some calories, but also walking, doing chores in the house, and training, of course. These are all calories out activities, so stuff that will burn your calories. So if the balance between calories in and calories out results in a plus, that will mean that you will gain weight. Okay, so if you're introducing more calories than you burn, as I said before, you will gain weight. And to be more precise, when you gain weight, it can be a combination of muscles and fat. But it depends, right? It depends on on the type of activities that you do and in the type of calories that you introduce. So we're gonna get into more detail of this in another video, but I just wanted to keep this in mind. So if the balance of calories in and calories out results in a deficit, right? So you are basically consuming more calories than the one that you're eating. So you're burning more calories than the one that you're introducing. This will result to a weight loss, and so you will lose weight. And similar to what I was telling you earlier, when there is a weight loss on the scale, so when you lose an X amount of weight on the scale, this will come both from muscles and fat. And then we can see how to optimize this ratio, because as I said, you want to make sure that you lose as much fat as possible while maintaining as much or building as much muscles as possible. So we're going to look into this a little bit later on. So there are equations to estimate your calorie intake, right? And this is something that I use as a baseline. So you will multiply your lean body weight, which stands for basically your body weight minus your body fat. Okay, so the lean body weight times 21.6, then you add 370, and then and that will give your basic metabolic rate. So basically the energy that you will spend just to be alive. Then when you multiply this by 1.5, which is your activity multiplier, that will give you a good amount of the calories that you should be burning, doing training and moving around and stuff like that, depending on the job as well that you do. Again, I use this as a starting and as a baseline, but these equations are rarely accurate. We are different, and some people, for example, I had clients, same body weight, same lean body mass, and for some people they were losing weight at 2,500 calories. Some people they were losing weight at 1,600 calories. So even the same body weight, and even if we use the same calculation, it won't fit everyone. So that's just a starting point, but I will tell you how to do this properly in the next slide. Especially because it's really, we can calculate how many calories you need, calories in, but it's actually very hard to know how many calories out. So it's very hard to estimate how many calories you're burning, basically, right? Yes, there are watches that you can use, with the heart rate monitors and stuff like that, but they're not very accurate. So we don't really know how many calories we're burning, really. So what you should do. So this is the approach that I like to use. You want to standardize everything, right? For example, you can track the calories that you eat, right? So you can control how many calories you're eating, and you can do that by portion sizes, or portion control, or you can calculate calories using an app. So you can track your calories in. Then, although you cannot calculate how many calories you're burning, you can standardize the amount of activity that you do. For example, if you look at over a 4-week period, if you know that you've been doing 10,000 steps every day, that's standard, right? If you know that you've been training 3 times a week with the same workouts, then you standardize your calories out, and then you have a good consistency over let's say a 4 weeks period. And then of course you will assess the outcome, right? So if you've been eating 2,000 calories and you've been training 3 times a week and doing 10,000 steps, you assess the outcome. So if you lost weight, that means that you've been in a calorie deficit. If you didn't lose weight, that means you haven't been in a calorie deficit. It really is that simple. And then of course, based on that, you will adjust if needed. And that's how basically counting calories works. It's very simple. There are certain measures as they use as a starting point, but the main work is done by assessing the outcome. So if you're not losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit. It's really that simple. That's basically, we can sum it up all into one sentence.